Hello, I'm Meagan McLaren from Retail IQ, and I'm here to help you prepare your resume and covering letter. This is the first video in a series of 2 videos on this topic. Please join me for both. Here at Retail IQ, we read lots of resumes every week, and today I'd like to share with you a few of the golden rules of preparing an effective resume. Let's keep in mind that your resume is usually the first point of contact that you will have with your Retail IQ recruitment consultant. So it stands to reason that your resume forms our first impressions of you. On the Retail IQ Recruitment Facebook, you will see a PDF of a sample resume. If you've not already done so, I suggest that you visit the Retail IQ Recruitment Facebook and download and print that sample resume, as it forms the basis of my discussion with you today. Firstly, your resume must be your own work. It should be a reflection of you, your skills, talents, experiences and career goals. When writing your resume, we suggest that you do it from scratch and use your own layout, fonts and content. My job today is to help you with the structure of your resume. So let's chat about that now. Before we start, let's discuss some basic rules about resume preparation. Rule number 1. Do not fall into the one-size-fits-all approach. This means if you're sending your resume out for a number of roles, it pays dividends to tailor your resume a little. More about that later. Rule number 2. Make sure that your resume is easy to read. That means use shorter sentences, concise language and sections, headings and bullet points that help you communicate your message. Rule number 3. Keep your fonts consistent. Rule number 4. Try and keep your resume to 4 pages or less. Rule number 5. Make sure that your content is concise, accurate, factual and relevant. Don't fall for the trap of using long fancy words to prove your intellect. It's a turn-off. Rule number 6. Keep your resume up to date. Let's now discuss the title. Every resume should have the title Confidential Resume on the top. Confidential Curriculum Vitae is also a very acceptable title. However, these days it is a little less commonly used. The next step is to include your personal details. This should include your name, home address, your contact telephone numbers, email address, and what type of driver's license you have. Your contact telephone numbers could be your mobile or your home phone number, or both. Needless to say, we do not recommend that you include your telephone number at your current work, as this could lead to some embarrassing situations. If you wish, you can also include your date of birth, however, that's entirely up to you. Now let's discuss the title. Every resume should have the title Confidential Resume on the top. Confidential Curriculum Vitae is also a very acceptable title, however these days it is a little less commonly used. The next step is to include some personal details. This should include your name, home address, your contact telephone numbers, email address, and what type of driver's license you have. Your contact telephone numbers could be your mobile or your home phone number, or both. Needless to say, we do not recommend that you include your telephone number at your current work, as this could lead to some embarrassing situations. If you wish, you can also include your date of birth, however, that's entirely up to you. We then suggest that you include a personal career statement. This is also commonly referred to as a career summary. This is where you summarise your skills, talent and experiences, and most importantly, your career objectives. Your personal career statement should be concisely worded and focused on your desired outcome. If you have your sights set on a particular role, we suggest that you build the name of that role into the closing sentence of your personal career statement. For example, your personal career statement might finish with something like, "The results that I've obtained over the last 6 years as a senior retail manager will ensure that I'm ideally suited to the role of area manager with ABC Company." This shows that you are a focused individual and have researched the role that you are applying for. It also shows that you've made the effort to tailor your resume for that role that you've applied for and have not spread the same version of your resume far and wide. The next step is for you to list your skills and abilities. This could be set up under a title called Demonstrated Skills. The most important thing here is to be concise and not list too many. Some examples of what could be noted under the Demonstrated Skills section could include a passion for customer service, well-developed leadership skills, a proven track record of achieving sales and margin growth, a proven ability to build a cohesive team, superior inventory management skills, excellent merchandising skills, accomplished public speaking skills, a high level of financial literacy. These are examples only. It's important to make your own. This section could also be referred to as a high level of summary of your skills and accomplishments. Remember not to list too many points in this section, as that can also be a turn off. The next step is to list at least 3 of your last roles. When doing so, remember to include the following information for each role that you've held: the date range, the name of the company that employed you, the name of the position you held, your key responsibilities, your key accomplishments, your reason for leaving. It is also a good idea to demonstrate a logical progression from one position to the next. When noting for your reason for leaving each role, it's important to show your positive reasons for moving on rather than negative ones. The important thing is to remember here is that most job seekers spend far too much time and space writing about their key responsibilities and not nearly enough time and space writing about their key accomplishments. Let's keep firmly in mind that it's your accomplishments and results that really matter and interest potential employers. Let's chat about this a bit more. When you list your key accomplishments, remember to start with the outcome. Here's an example. Which of the following sounds better? A. My initiatives have reduced stock shrinkage by 28% over the last 2 years. Or B. I have saved my employer in excess of $18,000 due to the initiatives I have introduced over the last 2 years to reduce stock shrinkage by 28%. Listen to that again and see how much better the second example sounds. This completes part 1 of this video series on preparing your resume. Please watch part 2 to complete this series. Thank you.